Welcome to the Love Your Face podcast. As sisters with a passion for possibility, we will be discussing mindful living through unspoken fashion. Join us in our conversation and discover how everything begins with a thought, even the way you dress. Hello, Therina.
Hello, Marcie.
A long time no see.
It has been a while. This is so fun to get to talk to you again about the stuff we've been doing.
Yes. So we have been working on some 30-day challenges. And we just finished up our latest 30-day challenge. It is our design 30 days, designing your life in 30 days. Can you design your life in 30 days?
But you can make a design for sure in 30 days.
Oh.
Then the next one determines what you do with that design. So
Therina, I liked how you were explaining to our group what a 30-day challenge, like the importance of a 30-day challenge. What is that? Why do we do a 30-day challenge?
30-day challenge is just a good number of days for you to show up for yourself the way you want to be consistent. And if you put the effort and work in to being consistent for 30 days, it has an impact. We all have good intentions, but it does something to your psychic or something to your thoughts if you can figure out to consistently do something for 30 days. I know we talked about how some people say it's 21 days to create a habit, but I don't think the days matter. I think it's the commitment.
Right. I've heard several different ideas of what that number, that magical number is to create a habit or to break a habit and form a new one. But that's really what it is committing to a set number of days and practicing something new. And then waking up the next day and starting it again. And we talked a little bit about how if you skip a day, what are your thoughts on this, Therina? When you miss a day, when you're, let's say you decide you're going to commit to 30 days of a workout practice and you miss a day. Do you pick up where you left off or do you start your 30 days over again?
100% your choice, right? I think you're more successful when you give yourself some grace and be like, okay, missed one. I'm going to do better tomorrow. Actually, doesn't it boil down to anything that you do? It's one choice. If you make that choice and you stick with that choice, it doesn't mean you're not going to make a mistake, but it's still your choice. This is what I'm doing for here on in my life. Yes, you'll have some things that you mess up a little bit, but this is my choice. Mm-hmm. Clients sitting in my chair, a couple of them especially that's talked about addictions that they've had. And one especially I remember, he was an alcoholic all his life. And I'm like, how did you quit? He's like, I just decided to. You just decide to when you do it.
Yes.
If you think you might, maybe I'll do it and I'll do it for 30 days, then I won't. No, decide. And whatever you decide, give yourself some grace and keep deciding that.
Yes.
And you also can decide you don't want that in your life anymore. It's okay.
Yeah, our 30-day challenge before this design was decide. So we practiced 30 days of deciding. So you wake up and you decide to do it again. Same thing. We're just practicing that commitment of showing up and doing something for 30 days. And 30 days really isn't that long. It goes by really fast.
Yes. So and it does make an impact.
It does. Yeah. So deciding something for 30 days, of course, you can always change your mind, but in our 30-day challenge, it is commit to something for 30 days. Then after the 30 days, you can change your mind.
Yes.
But commit to something for 30 days. Just show up and try it out, test it out for 30 days. And 30 days is a good amount of time to test to see if you like it or you don't. But
That's
then at the end of the 30 days of deciding, then we went into this one that we just finished up, which was design.
design is your plan. You decide
Yes.
to do something and plan how you're going to do it. So design is your
Yes. So, Therina, what was it that you committed to for this last 30 days?
Hey, this is when I shared this my commitment, then I felt kind of stupid saying it because this is our second year of doing these Love Your Face challenges. And I didn't honestly do it every day. But this time I decided to do it every single day. And that was my only thing I was designing, is doing it every single day. And I did it. And do you know what a difference it makes to work on those meditations? Oh my goodness. If you just honestly do those meditations every day and write and journal about it, it designed your day for you. You show up differently. Do you remember what day 30 was?
Day
I
30 is I am the love in the room.
love in the room. To decide to be the love in the room. We've talked about this a million times, but when you honestly sit down and journal about it, write about it, and decide to be that, it doesn't matter what someone else says or does. I am still the love in the room.
Well, it gives you the freedom and it gives everybody else in the room freedom.
Yeah.
Because they get to show up however they want.
Yes.
And you get to choose how you show up as well.
Like one of the days homework, we talked about how someone runs into you and you have a cup of a hot drink in your hand and it spills the hot drink on you. Why did that hot drink spill on you? It was because you had a hot drink in your hand. So whatever is in that cup is going to spill on you. And that just related to me. If you have anger inside of you, that's what's going to spill out when you get rattled. If you are the love in your room, you'll get rattled, but you'll still have that love if that's what your practice is.
Yes. And the more you practice these things, the easier it is. Like the meditations that we did this last time through, we've done these meditations before, but this time through, it meant something different.
It did. It totally did. And Marcie, were they the exact same meditations as last year's Decide?
Yes, they were.
I love it. It's like reading a book that you read before and then you forgot. You know, you read it and it's like, I remember that.
Well,
so what are you doing?
The reason why I chose to use these over again this time is because I had so many people comment on how they loved them, they enjoyed them. So I thought, why not? Let's do it again.
It is because I am is powerful.
Yeah.
And the I am meditations, you're declaring I am.
Yes. So some of the meditations, some of them, they were all I am statements, like I am worthy, I am creative, I am brave. And, you know, there were 30 of those. And part of our homework was to define what that word means. Brave is. And then what does that mean to me? Or I am brave when. Find a time when I'm that and use that as an example. That's like defining it and then seeing that you are that when you choose to be. It is a choice.
And that's why those things of actually following through and doing the journaling.
Yeah.
I am the love in the room when. So then you think about it and you write about it and you become it. And I think, Marcie, every like next month to read the same thing is going to affect you differently because you are on a different thought process than you were last month.
Yes. You are a completely different person.
Doesn't our cells overturn every 8 years? We get all new cells in our body.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, your cells change. You're like a completely different person physically. you know? It's interesting, like when we choose something like brave, we talk a little bit about how our thoughts create our feelings and our feelings cause us to act a certain way and then we get a result, right? So but it starts out with something we like to call the fact or the circumstance, the fact. So if we were to put what we are doing actually in this 30 days is we're taking that word worthy, it's just a word, worthy, and we put that in the circumstance line. And then we think about it and we have a thought of what worthy means. So we've just created that. Worthiness is, there's the thought. Then how does that feel in your body? Maybe you're sad when you think I'm not worthy. Or maybe your feelings change when you think I am worthy. But then the next step is to find an example in your memory bank of a time when you felt worthy. That creates the feeling. So you just jump from worthiness is, which is your thought, to that feeling of worthiness you just created in your body with the meditation. And then now you can step into your day and create more worthiness with your actions because you're feeling that worthiness that you just generated in your body with a thought from the past. It's so wild.
It is. It is. And it's just so simple. Your circumstance is a circumstance. Your
Yeah.
thoughts about it, where the meditation, all that comes in, what you're thinking and planning for your day. Your thoughts create your feelings, which your feelings create your actions, and your actions create your life. Right?
Yes. I was just talking to somebody today about this, and it's like, I challenge you to give me anything. Just throw anything at me. I don't even have to know anything about it. It can be like zookeeper, something that a zookeeper does, right? I don't know anything about that, but if they have something, let's put it in the circumstance, thought, feeling. It works for everything.
I think it really does. It
There's
totally.
not, there's not one. I can't even think of a time when it has not worked.
And I feel like just recognizing that about your thoughts puts you back in control of your life. You're not blaming anyone else or waiting for someone else. Your life, your thoughts, you go.
Yes. Yes. One of my very favorite thoughts is everything always works out for me.
I know, Marcie, you have taught that one to me. It's part of me as well.
Yeah, that's just magical remembering that. But the thought that I've been practicing this year is curiosity can guide me to what I already know. Curiosity, that's what we're doing here. We're learning from this planet for like this body. We're here to get curious. Then we use that curiosity to gain knowledge and create, because that's what we're here to do, is become, we are creators. It's what we're doing every day. And it starts with design. That's what we've been doing, designing our day.
Yes. And designing our wardrobe.
That's right.
Creates a whole different way that you show up.
So this has been really fun for this design. That's the second part of our challenge. It's the thought work, and then we take that thought work into the way we dress, because Therina has a great phrase that
I do. What you wear speaks, and everyone who sees you hears what you're saying.
Oh my goodness.
It's true, and it speaks your thoughts about you and about where you're going.
Yes.
I had 2 different people today sit in my chair and complain about the holes in people's jeans. You know, the trendy thing?
Yes.
They were older people. And we were talking about that and how it's okay to wear those holy jeans to a wedding or a funeral, which you used to dress up for. which is fantastic that you're not judged on how you look. But also,
Mhm.
it shows the signs of the times that we don't have respect for things. When you dress up, change, present yourself nicely, then you're having respect for where you're going. So if you're just telling who's going to be there, that they matter to you and you're respectful of them. So they were just comparing the holy jeans to the disrespect of our society.
Well,
That's a thought.
it is a thought. I was going to go there, but I don't need to go there. But I think maybe I might for just a half a second, just a half a second. Because I totally agree that for a funeral, I would dress up for a funeral, or a wedding or something like that. I'm going to wear something a little bit nicer. I wouldn't wear jeans.
Pause.
I wouldn't wear jeans with holes in them because in my mind, I've practiced the thought that you dress up for a wedding and it's respectful. That is the thought that I've been taught from, my family, my community, from when I was really little. That was the thought that I was taught. And it's the thought that I have practiced, and it's the thought that I choose to keep and continue to practice.
I like that because we can choose to keep any of those or we don't have to.
Right. And I choose to keep it. So let's be clear about that. But there might be somebody who comes with holes in their jeans.
And it doesn't really
And
matter.
it doesn't matter. Like maybe those are the only jeans they have.
Do you know what? I just
But
went
maybe not.
last week of someone that I wanted to be there, and I was late getting off work, and I just went in my work clothes.
Yeah.
And I decided it was more important for me to show up. And as I got there, that person was the only one left leaving. You know what I mean? I was glad I showed up. There was no one else there. They were just ready to walk out the door. So I wanted to, that mattered more than what I was wearing.
So my point in taking a moment to talk about that is everybody's story is theirs. Like we have no clue. I mean, we might have a clue, but we don't know the whole story of why people show up the way they do, why people say the things they do, why they do the things they do. We don't know. And so that is why it's important to be the love in the room.
Yes.
Yeah.
And accept them, whoever they are.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was fun. Our 30-day challenge.
It was especially fun for me because I actually did it. Which like I say, embarrassing because I should have been doing it all along. And obviously I wrote it and did it, but I didn't consistently show up daily.
Well, I really appreciate the things that you shared about the things that you learned. And that's another thing that's really good about this 30-day challenge is the community, the people sharing what they've learned. And that's an important part too,
That helps us have a reason to show up, to be accountable.
Like having somebody there to share your thoughts with that understand what you're doing, because they're all during the 30-day challenge too. So having somebody to chat with that's doing the same thing as you, and then to learn from their experience too. I think that's part of the magic too. So it was fun. It was an absolute pleasure to do another 30-day challenge with you, Therina.
It truly was. Thank you, Marcie. Your meditations were fantastic.
Well, all right. Well, if you have any questions about our 30-day challenges, please let us know. You're welcome to join us next time. You're all invited. And
we have been talking about making them available on your time so that you can access it when you want to do it, if you're interested. So
absolutely.
Working on some stuff.
Yes, it's been fun.
Yes. Okay.
Well, have a beautiful day.
Thank you. You too.
I'll talk to you later.
All righty. Bye-bye.